everyone, hope you're doing okay. So for today's video, I have wanted to do like an updated makeup tutorial type video where I get ready with you guys, chat about some of my favourite makeup products at the moment, go back to my roots, and also just catch up with you guys. I feel like I always have new stuff to share or new intrusive thoughts that I want to kind of get out there and get out my head that are like occupying my mind. So it's just going to be a chatty video where I go over like my everyday makeup. I'm going out with my friends after this, and I feel like I haven't done like a proper makeup-y video in a while. So if this isn't for you, I promise you can still stick around because I'll be talking about other stuff in my life. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I feel like these days with my makeup, especially for everyday makeup, I really find that less is more and I want more like skincare based stuff. So because of that, I feel like I find that the most important part and the thing that actually takes me quite a long time to do before I start my makeup is my skin prep. So I've got all of my skincare products which I'm going to quickly run through that I use on my skin to prep it to put makeup on top, because you could have really good makeup products that you love, but if you don't have good skincare underneath, then it does not matter. It like makes or breaks it. So yeah, I always start off with this. This is my favourite product and has been for like the whole of this year. It's the Lilly Serapeptide Toner and Moisturiser. It's basically a liquid moisturiser. Put like a few dashes in the palm of my hand, so like this, and literally just massage it on. I go through like a love-hate relationship with just my skin and skincare and stuff, because as you guys may know, I've struggled so much with acne over the past 5 years. In 2018, I was on this trial drug, and one of the worst side effects from it was severe acne, and like I literally remember having more acne on my face than I did any clear skin. Like it was just terrible. The only thing that would really help is me coming off that drug, obviously because it was like induced by that drug, and I feel like nothing applies how you want it to when you've got acne makeup wise. So I feel like I kind of like lost my love for it and was only like wearing makeup when I absolutely had to, but then I'd feel really insecure if I didn't put makeup on because of my acne. Acne is so normal. It's like your skin should not be perfect, and acne is just a part of that. Everyone's human. So it's not a case of that. It's more just that it's another issue for me to have and an issue for me to like worry about with my appearance. So it's just, I just want to kind of take it away as much as possible so that it's not something that I'm worrying about so much. So I've just gone over now with 2 serums. These are my favourites. I've gone through so many of both of these. The Vichy Plumping Daily Booster Serum and the Drunk Elephant Bee Hydra Serum. I like mix them together and then just massage them on. So yeah, that's the first life update I wanted to speak to you guys about. I'm now just putting on my moisturiser. One of my goals for this year is I really want to just do more stuff outside of my job. I feel like because my job doesn't really have like 9 to 5 hours, and don't get me wrong, some days like I have a lot of free time and other days I have none. And obviously it's not like you don't just work from Monday to Friday, you can work on Saturday, you can be working at like midnight if I'm like editing something or like preparing something or whatever it may be. Like the other day I was up till like 3 AM writing questions and doing research, because really excitingly actually I'm like diverting topic. This is what it's like having a conversation with me. It's actually like the worst thing ever. But I think I just need more things that I enjoy that I can turn to when things get overwhelming, whether it's in my job or with my health. You know, if I'm able to do these things, which I don't know what they are yet, then I'm hoping that would be really good for me mentally, whether it's like, I don't know, going on walks more, or like painting even though I'm not good at it, or pottery, I don't know. Again, probably not good at it because my hand-eye coordination is terrible. I'm going on a tangent now, but I also feel like it will just help me connect with like myself outside of work. Yeah. Okay, so while I had my little tangent, I used these 2 moisturisers, which I've been using for ages now. Again, gone through so many of them. They are the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream and the Charlotte Tilbury Water Cream. Tatcha one is a bit thicker, a bit too thick by itself for me, so I mix it with this one from Charlotte Tilbury and it thins it out. And together, dream combo. I don't do this every day, but again, if I'm puffy, it's so good. It's the Revive Face Sculpt, and it's basically, I think it's a moisturizer. I barely use the moisturizer because obviously I've just used it. But these little balls, these metal balls, they're really cooling. And like if you've woken up in the morning, like I do, really puffy, this is really good to just like help with your lymphatic drainage and like all of that stuff. So I just kind of roll it over my face, and it kind of just helps sculpt your face a little bit and like depuff you, and it's quite nice because it's cooling. What you could actually even do is just put this in the fridge. I've never done that, but that'd probably be really nice. I'll link everything down below as well if you want to have a little look-see. Finally, I actually haven't tried this yet, but it's obviously getting sunnier. You need to put your SPF on even if it's not sunny. I need to keep trying to remind myself of that. And there's so many good ones now. I remember back in the day, like there was no good sunscreens, especially for your face, and if there were, they would break you out so much. And so then so many people, including myself, like just would never put on sunscreen on my face when I should have. This is the Kosas Dream Beam Sunlit Smoothing Sunscreen. It's also like shimmery. I haven't tried it yet. I think this is what I'd use more with makeup if it works, not like by itself if I'm having like a no makeup day. But let me give it a try. It's tinted. Okay, no white cast. It's quite thick and like dark in colour, so I don't know how I feel. It like feels kind of oily in a way. There is definitely sunscreens I have that feel more lightweight, but it'll be fine for today. Okay, so that's on. So now it's finally time to get into the makeup. So firstly, I do a little bit of colour correcting. There is actually no need for me to do this. I just like find, especially with me having some spots now, that it helps a little bit. So because I've got a lot of redness and kind of unevenness in like tone on my face, green counteracts red, so it kind of colour corrects it and mutes it. So this is the NYX Pro Thick Stick, and it's a correcting concealer. It's just really easy to apply. I have a lot of redness on the left side, so kind of like top of my eyelids, a little bit on my forehead. A little bit really goes a long way. Like there's been times I've put way too much on and you can see the green like underneath your foundation, so use it sparingly. And then I just get quite like a dense brush and just blend it out. Oh my god, yesterday I was filming a TikTok and I opened a palette and this black eyeshadow dropped all like fell out, which I hadn't even used before, from like a YSL palette, like a nice palette, and went all over me, all over my floor, and it was hell to tidy up. Powders are so hard to tidy. Like whenever I've dropped a product and it's been a powder, oh my god, nightmare. The worst thing ever is like I've travelled sometimes and then like open my makeup bag and then something like a makeup product I love is broken. Like this palette from Dior is my favourite palette, but she's literally on her last legs. Like there should be this silver cover on the top that's fallen off, and then like two of the shades are completely snapped in half, and I can barely open the palette. Like, I mean, to be fair, it should be like better quality, like the packaging, but like I can barely even open it. But yeah, look, completely broken. That broke my heart. I cannot tell you how happy I am that it's more sunny in England, at least right now. Last year, like this time last year, we had rain constantly, and I just truly find that like everyone is in a better mood, including myself. My goodness, when the sun's out, when the days are longer, when it's a little bit warmer, I just feel so much more productive, like even if I'm not doing that much. But because the days are longer, I don't feel like they're kind of like just going and I've not done anything. Even if, you know, I struggle a lot with insomnia, and even if, which is like the bane of my life, but even if like I've woken up a bit late because I got to bed really late, I still feel like I've got a full day to do stuff because it gets late, it gets dark at like 7:30, maybe later. So yeah, I'm just feeling really like in good spirits about that, if there's anything to look forward to. Oh my god, I completely forgot to put primer on. Oopsie. So for primer, I really like this. It's such a random find, but it's Tatcha, and it's their Silk Canvas primer. It's basically like a blurring primer, but it's not drying. The tiniest bit goes such a long way. Like I literally put the littlest bit on, and I mainly just smooth it over areas like my nose where there's like pores, and kind of like the sides of my nose, my forehead. And it also helps keep things matte for longer and less oily. So I literally just smooth that on. Now I'm using the Kosas eye brightener. I don't always use an eye brightener, but for when I've had like no sleep, this is what I use. A pinky colour corrector, or if you're darker, like an orangey one, counteracts the darkness under your eyes. But use this sparingly because it is like really pigmented, and I actually just blend that out with my finger. Now for concealer, I've been doing a new thing. I literally just started yesterday, and I love the way it looked, where like instead of just like applying this concealer directly to my face, I put it on the back of my hand. This is the NARS Radiance Concealer in Chantilly. I love this concealer. Maybe a tiny bit dark for me, but you don't notice it under your eyes. I don't like using a brightening concealer under my eyes because I just find it looks strange to have like bright and then just your normal skin tone. So then I get like a concealer brush and I basically like buff the product into the brush, and then I go under my eyes and like dab it on, and I find that way you get such a more natural effect. Like it's covered my under eyes and the top of my eye, but done it so much more naturally instead of you just like putting on a bunch of concealer, which I've literally done since like before yesterday. After my last surgery, I had a surgery a couple of weeks ago. I posted like a video like come with me to have surgery on TikTok and Instagram if you want to go and see it. Which, you know, the reason I post those videos is to show the reality of my life, because my life is not all sunshine and rainbows. I feel like, especially for people that have never ever had to have a surgery or like hospital experience, which if you haven't, then like I'm happy for you. It gives you an insight into what that's like for someone with a chronic illness and how relentless it can be. So now I'm using the, I feel like this is like, have you seen this is a very TikTok niche thing. On TikTok, there's this trend, like, hi, you say your name. So I'd be like, hi, I'm Nikki. And you make a candy salad, which is like, you pour like sweets into a bowl. And with each sweet you pour in, you say like a traumatic thing that's happened to you. And I feel like I just had that happen now, where I was like, trauma dump. Anyway, I'm using this product. So I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint. I really like this. I would never use it as, I just do a really light layer of it. It's like the Glotion, if you know what that is, but in stick form. So it's a lot easier, I find, to like use and control. But it's like, I would not use it by itself. It's too light coverage for me and like just quite oily. But it's really nice under makeup to like initially even out your skin, as you can see. And it'd be nice if you're on holiday. Like maybe if I was on holiday, I would just use this. But yeah, like that's the reason I do videos like that, is to like give people insight into what my life is like on the harder days, but also other people with chronic illnesses. Obviously not all are the same. Some are more severe than others, or you know, some are more limiting than others, but ultimately we all go through that feeling of like you know, it is debilitating, some chronic illnesses, and I think we all go through that feeling of just feeling quite like we're always fighting a losing battle. I think that's at least how I feel sometimes with my condition, especially recently. I think, like, you know, the surgery I had was basically a lot of my sinus from here got removed because it had a lot of my condition in it, and so I have like barely any sinuses in like this area, which is your maxillary area, it's called. So for the last 5 years, but especially the last couple since I had the surgery where it removed a lot of my sinuses with my condition wrapped in, every few months I have to have this surgery where they manually clear out my nose because my sinuses don't work like normal ones do and automatically clear themselves. But also I have a lot of surface, like obviously my condition and my AVM is the main factor to like why I have nosebleeds, but I have a lot of surface level like vessels in my nose, which everyone does, but mine, it takes nothing for them to bleed. Like any little aggravation or any little one that's just, you know, inflamed, whatever it is, I'm having a nosebleed. And though they're not as severe as like an AVM bleed, because it's just completely different, like more superficial, you know, they affect my life. And you don't want to kind of leave the house. Well, I don't want to leave the house if I've had a period like and run of nosebleeds, and you know, it's constant, my health's constantly like this. There's no stability, and I think that can be so difficult when you don't have things in your life that feel stable, that feel consistent. You know, obviously you can find that in little things like the people in your life, like my family or my friends, or some routine in, you know, the things you do every day, whether it's like as simple as like using a certain product every day or going to the gym. Obviously I can't work out, but you know, things that keep you feeling on track and stable. But with a chronic illness, and with my AVM in particular, like it's so difficult to feel like secure. I feel like I've spent my whole life since I got diagnosed constantly feeling in this like limbo of like, oh, when's the other shoe gonna drop? Like when I'm in an okay period, or like when I'm in a not okay period. Like it's just a constant, like, why is this happening again? And the defeatedness, like that's the word I was looking for. Like you feel so defeated. By the way, what I used, I've just put a for actual like skin product on my face. During the day, I tend to not use foundation and use skin tints because one, it's just better for my skin and more lightweight. Two, I don't really need the coverage of a foundation. And yeah, I feel like a lot of people these days are using more like makeup with skincare benefits. So I feel like that's what these products are. I don't have the right color in any of them, so I mix them together. This is such a well-loved product. Like you can literally see she's on her last legs. I've used this for years. If you want something with a high SPF, this is SPF 50 plus. Obviously you should still wear an actual SPF. And it's a color correcting CC cream basically. So it gives me everything I need. And that has the coverage, whereas the skin, these two little tinted moisturizers don't. So this is the Lisa Eldridge Enhancing Tint, and this is the Kylie Cosmetics Skin Tint Blurring. So what I do is, again, I like put the product on the back of my hand. Nothing goes like straight on my face, if that makes sense, because that way you get such a more natural payoff, which before, like, I didn't know that. It's interesting seeing like how you do your makeup or even what clothes you wear kind of evolve. But yeah, it's kind of like, you know, my veins and my redness and stuff are all still peeking through. I'm not trying to cover them, I'm just trying to even out my skin. I feel like now everyone is very much more like less is more. And I kind of miss the time where makeup was like the extravagant stuff and like a cut crease and like highlighter so bright you literally look like a Tin Man, you know? Like I miss that time. But equally, like I kind of love that we're all embracing that we're like just trying to enhance our features, not cover them, and like less is more basically, at least for daytime. Okay, so the base is looking good, and because of all that skin prep we did, like you can still like see the glow peeking through, which I love. Like the skin just looks really hydrated and smooth. Not every day, I have bad skin days, especially when my acne is like bad or when my skin feels just really dry and my barrier's damaged, like my skin barrier. But today she's not doing too bad. This is the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer. I love this. It's really, really good. It's so like budget friendly. And so what I do is, this is the shade Light, if you want to know, light medium. Little bit goes such a long way. So you just want to dot it right under the cheekbone, and then I put a tiny bit on my chin, just below my hairline. I do about 3 dots as well, like that. But yeah, so for the surgery, because of, you know, those blood vessels that can easily bleed, and the fact that my nose doesn't clear itself, which can then, you know, I have like chronic nose infections. Like I'm actually currently on antibiotics because I have an infection right now. Like it's just something that I've always dealt with, like ever since I've had issues with my nose and my sinuses not working properly and being like a bitch. So what they do is they clear out my nose, they pull out anything that could cause infection or is building up and making me feel really congested. Yeah, they clear it out, and then any blood vessels they can see which they think are bleeding vessels that are causing me issues superficially, they will go in with like a laser and kind of like laser them like away, or shrink them, I think, or cauterize them. After that surgery, it took me so much longer, like, and my body and my mind so much longer to recover than I anticipated and I thought I would. Like when I was younger, I used to have that surgery and literally be back at school within 48 hours. And now, like, I literally could not get out of bed for over a week. I was just so out of it and so drained and like fuzzy. And I think my body is just tired. Like I'm so mentally exhausted and physically exhausted. Like even my veins, right? Like I have like barely any veins in my hands that don't have scar tissue underneath them. Or I kind of spoke about this in my last video because I had to have a blood test done 3 times because they couldn't get any blood out of my veins, and that was really traumatizing. And it's because my veins have been used more, so much more than the average person's. Like they're just like, we've had enough, and like have disappeared. Or you'll put like, you know, an IV in. So this happened in my surgery. They put an IV in when I got to the operating room to obviously like put in the medicine that puts me to sleep. The thing that puts you to sleep was so painful. It was like burning my vein. It was like we had to stop it. I was in agony. Then I ended up having to be put to sleep with gas because the IV just was not working and it was in a really bad vein. Sorry, I feel like this whole video has been so deep so far. Next thing I'm using to add to the makeup's trauma salad is the Refi bronzer. I love this. I've used so much of it. Like, I don't think I've ever hit pan on a bronzer so much. It's just the perfect mix of warm and cool. I don't really like a really warm bronzer on my skin tone, but it's warm enough and like, you know, enough to like shape me. So I just go over in the same areas to just like create a bit more definition and warm up my face. But I was getting really emotional. Like I had a little cry to my mum because I just feel like my body's almost like giving up on me a little bit. Like my body's just like, we've had enough. Like my veins aren't working anymore. I had laryngitis. I know that's completely unrelated, but like I've had a lot of health issues over the last couple months. I've had like really like issues with my toes where I was going to need toe surgery. I've had a lot of kind of separate health issues that I think it's just like felt compounding and like one thing after another, and it's made me just feel like my body is just like, fuck this, we've had enough. I'm also in the position where I'm like, I've had enough, but like that surgery that I had, I'm gonna have to have again when my nosebleeds get worse again and I get congested again in a few months, and then I'm going to feel even more defeated and even find it even harder to get myself back up and like feel like myself again. It's really difficult to keep going through the motions of like, you know, these things happening. So I'm just like, it's a lot. And I think like it's felt like a lot. Like I've been very existential crisis-y where I've been like, fuck me, I've had like, how many years of this? I'm nearly going to be 21 this year. So, and I got diagnosed at 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 15 years of this nearly now. By the way, I just used a bit of like this Too Faced stick to warm up my nose a little bit. Now I am going to use my tried and true NARS liquid blush in Orgasm. I've gone through Orgasm. God, my voice is still not quite there since my laryngitis. And so now I'm like so overly aware of my throat and like my voice and like looking after it, which is a good thing. But I'm also like, the anxiety I've got from having laryngitis and like how suddenly it came on, like kind of put me in a bit of like a bad place with then just being like, oh, it's another thing that's just come on, and like, you know, I couldn't prepare for and I didn't know, and like, you know, it felt like the same way I feel when my condition gets bad. It's like a really thin pink blusher and I love it. It just adds such a nice flush and glow to your cheeks. So what I'm now going to do is go over with this little Milk lip and cheek colour in Work. I love the colour of it. It's like a muted peachy nude, and I'm just using this like brush because I feel like I have more control this way. Again, like not putting it straight on the face because it just takes my makeup off for some reason. So I put it on my brush and now I'm just gonna go over. I think the idea and like the thought that these surgeries are gonna have to be like the rest of my life, and I am only 21, although I feel like about 72. Oh, in age, in physicalness, in like mentality, in every way. Yeah, I just think I'm very overwhelmed by the idea that like this is gonna be my life and I have no other options, and I'm just so exhausted like by everything that I don't know how much like more I can mentally withstand and take, and like it's really been overwhelming me, I have to say. Anywho, okay, for highlighter I kind of mix up what I use every day. Also, by the way, this Rare Beauty makeup bag is the best thing that's ever existed. You can fit so much makeup in it. It comes with me everywhere when I'm traveling and I just keep my makeup in it. Oh my god, I just opened my fizzy water and it's gone everywhere. Like, I don't know if you can see, it's gone all over my mirror and my makeup and me. Excuse me. This is my unhealthy addiction, sparkling water. I actually think I came out of the womb with a bottle or a cup of sparkling water in my hand. I just love it. Okay, so for highlighter, like I was saying, change it up every day. I have quite a few I like I have a lot in here. Today, I'm gonna use, this is new, this is from House Labs. It's their glassy highlighter balm. I like it because it literally just looks like glow from within. Like, again, with highlighter, I do not want it to look like Tin Man, like you can see it from a mile away. So really, like, I love a highlighter, but I might put it on my hand. Like, can you see it's almost like a, maybe you can't see it, it's literally just like a gloss that's not sticky. And I'm literally, can you see? Like, I'm just dabbing it on, really natural. If it was like the evening, I would use one of the other products I've got, but I really like this and it doesn't like remove any of the blusher underneath. And I'm actually gonna put a tiny bit under my brow bone and my lip. So for powder, I am using, I might actually just use this. Normally I use a proper powder, but I might actually just use this. Hopefully it's enough. This is Charlotte Tilbury Air Blush Flawless Finish Powder. really like this. And then I just kind of mainly put it in the areas. I like do an L shape down my nose like this, and put it in the main areas that get oily, so like around my nose, forehead, mainly just this bit, chin, small lines, and then top of my eyelids to set the concealer, and underneath. Another drink that is so like, literally I never drink, like, is there a drink that you never drink but when you're on holiday you drink it? For me it's the lemon Fanta, like Fanta lemon. They don't really, I don't know if they sell it in the UK, maybe I'm being stupid, but like I don't feel like they have it everywhere compared to the orange one. But that Fanta lemon with ice when you're in a European country, nothing better. That makes me feel like I'm on holiday, honestly. Love it. The highlight of my day recently is I found these ice lollies that are like pineapple, coconut, like my favourite things. And I have one of those ice lollies every day. And that is kind of like my holiday from home right now. So I like literally look forward to it like a little child. That's like seen an ice cream van and got an ice cream after school. Like that's me, but going into my fridge and getting my lollies. And I'm like so conscious about when they're running low that I need to restock them. They're literally nothing special, they're just ice lollies, but they taste so good. Yeah, that's my current fixation. Okay, so now because I've set with powder, I then go over my blusher, bronzer, all of that with the powder version. So for bronzer, I'm going to use, again, like, you know, change it up, but I've really been enjoying the Armani Luminous Silk bronzer, this one. So I just dab into that, go over my forehead. So yeah, I'm trying to get back into, I feel like I started talking about this at the beginning and then just completely changed topic. But yeah, I'm trying to get back into presenting and TV. I really miss that side of my life, and I think as much as I love social media, it can feel quite so fast paced that it's like immediate what's the word, gratification, and then it's like on to the next thing, or there's no gratification, like you just kind of do it and then you're like on to the next thing. You know, I think what I miss about like actually being like someone that goes to work is like working with a team. Like with social media you kind of obviously I have my manager and I have like my team, but like ultimately you're the only one that makes the content, you're the only one that thinks of the ideas and etc, so it can feel quite lonely and it can feel quite isolating because you wear every hat. Like you're the person that's the creative director almost, like you're the editor, you're the manager of like yourself, you're the boss of yourself, like, and in a way that is like the best thing ever because you have no one to answer to necessarily. Obviously my management obviously will hold me accountable and stuff if I did something, you know that's, yeah, I know that's like some people's dreams, and I'm so lucky that I can almost like choose my, you know, the times I work or whatever. But equally it's quite lonely, like, because all of my content I make from home really, unless I'm like traveling for work. Yeah, like I can go weeks and weeks just making content by myself in my room, just cooped up. I love doing social media, especially videos where they're kind of about self-love and positivity in my condition. I love sharing those, and those feel a bit more rewarding. As much as I love playing with makeup, you know, I think I just want to find other avenues of things so that social media isn't like the only thing in my life. Because I think then that's when you start to not enjoy it, when it's the only thing that you're doing or the only thing that you're like relying on. I've just put that bronzer, by the way, all over the same parts of my face, and then with the fluffy brush I'm just going over my eye with it as well to just give it a tiny bit of colour. So presenting is something that obviously, as you might know, I did in the past. Like I had my own series called Nikki, Lilly Meets with BBC, BBC's children's channel, CBBC. And yeah, I did so much when I was younger that I think I didn't like really appreciate it because I was so young, like how much I was doing and what like a rarity that was. So I miss that so much. I miss a project. I miss like having a team that like someone's filming, someone's directing, someone's, you know, although when I did that stuff it was just me and Lorna, who was like the filmer, director, editor, she did it all. You know, I miss that, and I think it can be so rewarding, and it's sad that like I feel like TV's really changed now and it's all about like streaming, and no one really sits and watches TV anymore, I feel like, which I understand why, you know, it's really it's tough competition, but equally like there is nothing like turning on your TV and like watching a good show that's like on the TV channel. I feel like maybe the only thing that like we've had like that is the Traitors, like in the UK more recently. There's not that many like really good shows by channels, I feel like, that you can like just binge and like you're like, oh my god, I'm looking forward to watching this, which is a shame. I'm gonna do my next step. So for blusher now, again, mix it up. There's two that I'm loving. This one from NARS in Orgasm Edge. Their names for these are just so unnecessary. And the new Rare Beauty blush in Hope. I really like this colour. So I kind of mix them up. You'll find that a lot of what I use on my skin are these like peachy pinks. I find that's what like works best with my hair and my skin tone and stuff. And like what I gravitate towards when I'm like looking for products or buying products. So this is Rare Beauty blush brush. I really like it. And I'm just dabbing into the NARS blush first. And just laying it over. So yeah, a lot of you guys have probably seen the series on Netflix that has just come out, well not just come out, it's been out for a few weeks now maybe, or a couple of weeks, called Adolescence, and it's all about a 13-year-old boy who basically gets red pilled and kind of sucked into like the manosphere on social media, which is obviously very prevalent and like necessary now, because now more than ever is a time where children are using social media constantly. Parents are very unaware of what they're sitting in their room and viewing, especially young boys. And there's so much rubbish online that I'm not even going to get into. But basically the show is all about how he sees all this stuff online. It warps his mind basically. He ends up committing a crime, and it's about how this could happen to any child. You know, the child wasn't in like a broken home, wasn't abused, like nothing adverse happened to him. So it's kind of like showing how it's not the exception to the rule. Like this could happen to any child because of social media, and it has happened because of social media in real life, you know. This show is basically a like really realistic portrayal of that, done in the most incredible way. Like every single episode is done in one take, and if you've watched it, or one shot, sorry, so like it's continuous, there's no stopping. So if you've watched it, you will know it's the masterpiece. Like it's an incredible show. So I actually have the honour of interviewing the incredible women from the show that are in the show. So there's a therapist in the show that who plays a therapist in the show called Erin that I'm interviewing. I'm interviewing the person that plays the boy who gets arrested, mum in the show. I'm interviewing one of the young girls in it who plays the friend of the victim, Jade, in the show. Her name is Fatima, and I'm basically moderating a panel all about kind of adolescence, the meaning of it, especially kind of the women in it, and kind of celebrating them basically with Netflix, which is really exciting. And I'm slowly getting back into that world. So I've spent the whole week like prepping it and like researching and sorting questions and stuff. Like that's what I've been doing all week, and I'm really proud of myself. Like I feel like I did a really good job, but I was up till 3 a.m. and then it really messed up my sleep schedule and stuff. So like even today, like I got up later than I wanted because I was just so tired. Yeah, I've spent the whole week prepping for that, so that's what I'm doing next week, which is really exciting. And then I'm off for a few days to Mallorca with L'Oreal, which should be fun. Okay, next thing. Let me know actually if you also want me to do a video where I do like my nighttime makeup, like if I was going out. It's one of my friend's birthdays tomorrow, so he's having a little like gathering at his house, and like I'm planning on going all out with my makeup because it's very rare I have like a nice opportunity to do that. So obviously with events and stuff, of course I do, but like not like personal life stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Like there's actually nothing I actually prefer getting ready than going out. Like I'm that person where like I will start my makeup like 3 hours before I have to go, just because like why not. I'm actually so baffled. I have no idea where my brow gel thing's gone. Maybe it's gone on the floor. Am I blind? I mean, I am blind, half blind. Found it. It was right at the bottom of my little pouch I have in my makeup bag. I thought I took it out. This I've been loving. Normally I would like fill in my brows. Well, that's what I had been doing until I started using this, and I really like this. When I was younger, I used to like properly fill my brows in. Like I had brow blindness, like we all did back then, and highlighter blindness, and eyelash blindness and everything, but I really like this. It's so underrated. It's the Urban Decay Big Brush Brow, basically tinted brow gel, and it's really nice. It makes your brows look thicker, but it's also super natural, and I just feel like it's a bit more like appropriate for daytime. So I literally just brush it through to fill them out with a little bit of colour, but super naturally. Oh shit, my camera's running out of battery. Okay, let's be quicker with it. Sometimes, I'm just showing you for the sake of the video, I then go through with Ben Benefit's Mighty Fine Brow Pen. It basically, I don't know if you can see, this is so beauty influencer of me putting my hand behind, simulates little brow hairs. So like at the front where I don't have as much hair, I'll sometimes use this. The Rare Beauty Brow Gel is so good. I've gone through so many of these. I literally put it on my Christmas list because I like it that much. What are we thinking of the curly hair? Shocker, this is my natural hair. Like, this is how my hair goes if I were to just leave it after I washed it. And that's kind of what I did, basically. I haven't had my hair naturally like this in 6 years, maybe. Not because I don't like it, but because normally it doesn't go like wavy, it goes frizzy. So I'm like, obviously I'm gonna want to smooth it out and like kind of blow dry it and try and style it, although I'm terrible with my hair, can't do anything. But yeah, I just left it and I was like, oh, I'll blow dry it tomorrow. I was so tired when I washed it. Woke up, she's got proper curls. Like, I not naturally like have curly hair, like wavy hair. When I was younger, my mum and like everyone in my family used to call me Noodles because I had such like curly hair. And yeah, I kind of forgot I had it because I just like, before it's dried, I go straight to like kind of blow drying it, but also it normally like puffs up. But I think I'm using products that like my hair really agrees with at the moment. So let me know if you also would like me to do a hair care routine, because obviously I've got colour treated hair. She's not naturally a ginger, unfortunately. I can't actually go without putting a tiny bit of eyeliner on. Like, I just find that I look a bit naked without it personally. Like, even if I'm doing natural makeup, I'll do a tiny wing. But I'll always use brown. Like, I rarely ever use black eyeliner now. Like, brown eyeliner and brown mascara are my favourite things, and they're a bit less harsh. Even on a night out, I'll use brown eyeliner. So, this one's just from Sephora, but I've got tons that I like. I really also like Makeup Forever Artist Colour Pencil in Limitless Brown is a favourite. I've gone through so many of them. This one from Sephora is a little bit more like almost burgundy. So my trick to doing eyeliner is, like, you see where the gap is between your upper lashes and your lower lashes? I basically just like pull out the wing from that little gap and then connect it to the top of my eye. I cannot do this and look at the camera, so like, now you know what I'm doing. I'm gonna look at a mirror. Okay, so that's on, and obviously it looks a bit harsh right now, so then I get a blendy brush and I just go over and like blend it into my eye so it's less heavy. So for mascara, I think I might use brown mascara today. There's this one that I'm really liking from Lisa Eldridge at the moment. It's her Burnt Umber mascara. She also has an eyeliner that goes with it, and it's just a really nice like chocolate brown colour. So I'm just going to curl my lashes. I do not know what I did before I curled my lashes. Like, I went years without curling my lashes when I was younger. Obviously I was younger, so like it didn't matter. Look at that difference. I'm going to use a black mascara first, because I love this mascara. If you're looking for a drugstore mascara that is like literally better than high end, no joke, the L'Oreal Paradise Big Deal mascara is incredible. It's so good. So I'm actually going to use this first to lift them, because this does a better job at lifting them. And then the Lisa Eldridge one makes them look thicker. So it's going to be brown and black. So I'm just going to like wiggle it up and just coat them. Oh my god. Fuck. Trust me, this is why I can't do my makeup on camera. Okay, crisis averted. Averted, is that the phrase? Crisis averted? I think that's the phrase. But as you can see, it's just lifted my eyes, and then with the wing, it kind of just like opens them. So now I'm just gonna go over with the Lisa Eldridge. I don't know why, but every single damn mascara smudges under my eyes. Like, it doesn't matter what I've used, whether it's a tubing mascara, a waterproof mascara, like every single thing smudges. It's so annoying. And then on my lower lashes, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Extender Mascara, because this one's tubing and I find that it makes my lashes smudge less. I literally just went, that's all I do on my lower lashes because of my smudging. But what I do is, what I do is I get a cotton bud and I basically just like run it over my lashes so that any excess just kind of comes off like that. And then it kind of, yeah, prevents the flaking a bit more. Okay, so for lips, change it up all the time, but one thing that is my constant is this lip liner. Me and this ball have been together through a lot. It's, again, the Makeup Forever Artist Colour Pencil in Anywhere Caffeine. It is the perfect warm brown shade. Like, oh, I love it so much. It also applies so well. I just love this pencil. So I just line my lips like normal. Okay, so that's on. Okay, so now I am going to put my lip product on. I just tried this yesterday and I love it, so I'm just going to try it today. But like, I change what I use all the time. I also really like this YSL lipstick in this like kind of peachy nudie brown shade. This Valentino lipstick I've been using loads. It's this like pinky browny nude shade. Like, I always go for the same type of colour. Like, even if I'm at an event, I'll always ask for the same colour if I'm a makeup artist who's doing my makeup, because I just know it works. This is similar. This is the Rare Beauty. I've used quite a lot of Rare Beauty in this video. They have a lot of good products, I have to say. Miss Selena killed it. This is their tinted lip oil, but it kind of stains the lip at the same time, so I really like it, and it's super pigmented. This is the shade Honesty. In the day, like, I feel naked without anything on my lips, whereas my sister, like, she finds that she looks weird with anything on her lip. But I think daytime it's about like keeping it quite natural. That's it. I just need to use a setting spray. Again, don't know where my setting spray's gone. So I'm just going to use this one from Too Faced. That's been in my cupboard for so long, so hopefully she's fine. I always use a setting spray, one for the help with staying power, so it doesn't slide off my face, especially if I know I'm going to be wearing it all day, but two, to almost like make your makeup settle in a bit. And this, ta-da, is my everyday makeup. So I'm now going to take my hair down. Here she is, unruly in all her glory. Let me know what you think. I go through stages where I'm like, I love it, and then I go through other stages where I'm like, it looks a bit messy. I think though, for the party I'm going to tomorrow, or the, not even party, like house gathering, I'm gonna leave it like this. There's this one piece though that like she doesn't know what she's doing. Ta-da! That is me done. I'm really happy with the makeup. I mean, it takes a while, don't get me wrong, but it's all about like layering and like less is more, but layering it in a way that just like really looks natural and like looks really good on your skin. Here's a close-up. Sometimes I actually draw freckles on my nose. I might actually do that quickly. I use the Limitless Brown from Makeup Forever and I just dot them mainly on my nose. You're almost like, ah! Oh my god, I can't do this anymore. This is like a sign for me to just shut up and get on with the video. I mainly put them around my nose. It's almost like you're contouring the sides of your nose but with freckles. And like, I just go over and go boop, 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 so they look more natural. Thank you so much for letting me rant at you for however long this video is gonna be. Probably long, sorry Lissy. Lissy's my editor if you don't know, and my best friend. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. I actually really, like, I feel good. This morning I woke up and I felt a bit like, ugh. And I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna film this video, but now I've filmed it, I feel really good and glad that I did it. And this is why I love doing videos, is because they are one of the constant things in my life where, though it is work for me, like this still feels like a hobby compared to me pulling my phone out and filming. Like, pressing record on a camera, you know, will always give me the same feelings it did when I was little when I started. So I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me and just watching me play with makeup. Please, please, please let me know if there's any other videos you'd like me to do. Give this video a like. When I was younger, I used to go, give this video a like if you liked it. But yeah, love you guys. I hope you're doing okay. Love you. Bye.